Hi everybody! Today I am bringing you the Artist Trading Card Challenge from March. I know it's a little bit late, but better late than never, right? So the challenge is a 3-step challenge and there's a wild card. And the color for this Artist Trading card is khaki. So I'm going to start off with this khaki colored piece of cardstock. And I'm using some Distress Oxide inks. I'm just putting those down on my craft mat. And I'm going to spritz them and move them around a little bit. And then I'm going to colorize this khaki piece of paper a little bit with some of those brownish, greenish tones that you see in khaki. So, I love my new Distress Oxide inks. They're one of my favorites, and I don't get to play with them often enough. So this is an opportunity for me to play with some of those things that I haven't had out. So I'm just going to dry that off, and you want to dry it in between layers. I want those kind of watermarky effects that you get from dabbing up and down on the craft sheet and picking up those splots of ink. So if you're not part of Pick a Stick Challenge, that's a Facebook group. We do challenges each month. The challenges for April are out already. And come join us. It's Pick a Stick Challenge. So you can see how I get that modeled look on that cardstock. Now, I want to add some trees into the background because, you know, part of the challenge is this deer, D-E-E-R, and I'm thinking forest and trees and deer, and so I'm going to grab some archival ink in a blue, a dark blue, and I'm just going to stamp these trees like a tree line in the forest down at the bottom of my ATC. Then transparent, that's the step number 1 in the Artist Trading card. I'm going to get some acetate. These are acetate cards that I have had in my stash for a long time. I'm going to cut a piece of that acetate down, and I'm going to run that through my die machine with an embossing folder. I've got this musical embossing folder, and I'm just going to make a transparent layer using an embossing folder in this acetate. So here you can see me just slipping that into the folder, and I'll emboss that and then come back and put that on top of that khaki colored card that we have created for the background. I thought, you know, I might be able to get a little bit of coloration in the image if I put it in between layers, but that wasn't real successful, and I'm not too concerned about that. So anyway, I cut that down to size so that it fits the ATC. Artist Trading cards are 2.5 by 3.5 inches. So there it is. I've got it nicely embossed. Cut it down, and then I'm just going to use a tiny attacher. This is a mini stapler from Tim Holtz, and staple my acetate in place on top of my cardstock. Now, additionally, Tim Holtz has these mini stencils from Stampers Anonymous, and I had purchased this stencil of a tree, and I was thinking, okay, I need something to stand out against that acetate. So I need to add the deer element, which is step number 2. So I also need to draw, which is step number 3. So I stamp down And then I grabbed this other mini stencil because I'm thinking about layering up some things on top of the acetate. So I've got my Distress Oxides out again. I'm using a peeled paint in, I don't know, probably tea dye to stencil these trees, and then I'm going to use a marker, a liner marker, to draw around the trees just to highlight them. So I will have met the requirement. I've even used the Wild Card matte because these are matte colored inks. So I've used all of the requirements for the Pick-a-Stick challenge, and I will attach. There's my little tiny deer Brad. I'd picked these up some time ago too, and I thought, oh, I have a deer. I have these little bitty tiny Brads that are deer. So I'm going to use that. And there I have the pen. I'm going to draw around the tree. I'm going to cut it out. I'm going to apply that. And then I'm going to use some of those tiny chit-chat words from Tim Holtz again. He comes up with the best products, I can tell you that. And put a quote on here. It says, "What seems ordinary is often extraordinary." And I feel that way for these little bitty tiny pieces of art. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you join Pick-a-Stick Challenge with us. If you haven't been to my channel before and you like this, be sure and ring the bell so that you get notified when new content comes out, and subscribe. All of that tells YouTube that you like what you're seeing on my channel and allows others to see it in their feed so that, you know, maybe they will subscribe also, and helps my channel to grow. And I appreciate you for having done those things for me. So thanks for joining us, and I will be coming out with my April challenges shortly. If you want to know what they are, I have videos of the picks for the month for not only the artist trading card, but for the art journal page and for the tag challenges. So check those out. I hope you get inspired by watching what we do. Chelsea and I do this each month, and we have a lot of fun with our group. So if you want to see what everybody else is doing, then join the Facebook group and come on over, and you can look at all the pictures from everybody who has been contributing. So thanks, everybody. I'll see you again next month. Bye for now.